right. You know how they always say bring it in on 3? Yeah. All right, everybody bring it in. Repeat after me. Come on. At all times. I will do my best. I will do my best.
I am the Yolanda Renee Bynum. What does that mean? People say, Yolanda, who are you? I'm an educator, I'm a motivator, and I am a strategist. That's who I am. Well, hello, Superintendent Green. How are you? Oh, that's great. I'm glad to hear it. Listen, I wanted to do our final follow-up so that we can get the contract signed so that we can get moving with this work. I'm very excited to work with your group of young ladies. I've always been that person. I can remember having this dream of it being more. As a little girl, nobody would believe this story now because they see me now, but I taught myself how to climb an apple tree so that I could sit on top of a barn that was in my backyard. And I would sit on top of the barn and I would look across the field that was next door. Sometimes I had corn, sometimes I had tobacco, just depending. But I would dream skylines, and then I would imagine what happened in these buildings and what people were doing. And so I knew that there was something more than what I could see at the moment. And I do this work because I believe it is my job to help people believe that they can do more, they can be more, they can have more, they can create more, because I am a witness that it happens. Because from that little girl sitting on top of the barn in the backyard, dreaming of skylines and big city living, I can see that it's possible. And so I do this work to be an inspiration and an encouragement to other people. I started out this little girl playing in a front yard. I thought I was a singer, my little hairbrush in hand, thought I was a dancer, and thought I was an artist making clay out of clay dirt. And I was okay with that. And then when I got to college, I understood that there was something more to it. I found myself being very inspirational to my friends. And I can't really say I knew where the inspiration came from. I just knew there was something in me that wanted to help people feel better and be better and to be their best self. I just wanted people to be okay. And that was a part of kind of when my friends and I would gather together and we would think about our time and being who we were. We were silly and fun, but we were serious and we were thoughtful and we were planners. I wanted our time together to be the best possible. And so I did my best to be inspirational. And then when I became a woman, I grew up and became who I am now, I realized I've been those things all along, from a little girl going through college and even now. So when I think about growing up and having the parents that I have, I remember growing up with the two of them, and if I had to describe it perfectly, I would say I get my smarts from my dad and my arts from my mom. And so what that means is for my father, he was focused on education in our household. When we would get home from school, academics came first at every day, no question. We didn't get to do extracurricular activities until he was sure that we had put 100% into our academics. He never really said to us, I expect for you all to go to college, I expect you all to get a degree or to have a trade. He never said that to us, but it just resonated in what he would put focus on. And so we're all college degreed and we're all contributing to our community wherever we are. But I think about, just the way he was about academics. And I remember him saying, this is something no one will ever be able to take from you. And so with him being the valedictorian of his high school at a time where it wasn't easy because they were going through desegregation and still having some challenges in the community, for me, it instilled in me, if my dad can go through that, there's nothing that I can't accomplish. And so when I think about my journey through academics, whether it was for my bachelor's or my master's degree or being certified through Duke, whatever it was, I remember thinking if my dad could get through fighting, segregation, desegregation, and being the valedictorian, I could accomplish my goals. And so I then think about my mom. I said I get my smarts from my dad and my arts from my mom. With my mom, I can remember her painting. She created ceramics, and at a time where entrepreneurship was not a big thing, especially where we were from, she owned a ceramic shop on Main Street in our little small town, and people in the community would come and they would buy ceramics from her. There's one piece that she still has that I try to get from her every time I go home. It's an umbrella stand, and it's intricately detailed with an owl and a tree branch, but I remember watching her sit and paint it by hand. Every single detail mattered. And I thought about, even with the young people that I work with now, you have to pay attention to what you're doing, be serious and determined to accomplish your goal, but you have to pay attention to the details. And so I find myself, even when I'm working with young people, young adults, professionals in the workplace, I find myself thinking about my mom and that umbrella stand and the detail of her work and just the focus that it took for her to do it. I think about my own life's philosophy, and I believe that you are your greatest assignment in life. What does that mean? That means it is your job to take care of yourself emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, because if you have not taken care of yourself in that way, you can't be your greatest help and your greatest service, no matter what your or whatever your role is, whatever your assignment, whatever your job. So you are your greatest assignment in life. And so I learned through my life's journey that I had to take care of Yolanda and be my best self. The Yolanda Renee Bynum, I had to take care of me so that I could be of greatest service and help to others. That's what I learned so far on this journey.
Professionally, Yolanda is by far just one of the best in the industry. She came in with this big spirit. She knew her stuff, and she was poised for excellence.
The thing that I am most impressed with Yolanda is her ability to connect with people in different places in their lives who are from different backgrounds and different circumstances. What she delivers is an adequate representation of who she is. I think most of all that she is a big presence, and what she offers to this community as a person and what she offers to me as an individual in connection with her is authenticity and the ability to connect very deeply with another human being who wants to see our community, our youth, and overall just our people become better.
If there's one thing I've gotten from this experience working with Miss Yolanda, it's that I should never put myself down, and that I should inspire other people around me who are ambitious or even not, to go after what they want to and to be confident in themselves. And she's always made me feel like I could conquer any task that she's given me. I've taken on more tasks because she's told me or she's asked me, because I felt that she believed in me, and I knew that if she believed with me with all the experience and all the work that she's done, that I could do it. And I definitely think other kids my age would feel that and would get to experience a new side of them, a bolder side that they didn't think was there. And it all around, it's just a fun time working with her.
She's a happy person, very humble, treats you fairly, comes up to you. If she knows you and knows you quite well, she demands a hug from you, not a handshake. That's how I describe Yolanda Bynum. A very warm person. And as I said before, she'll give you the shirt off her back, she'll send you home with food. And that's what defines Yolanda Bynum. Oh yeah, I remember all the food baskets. I'm saying it how it is. just the way it is.
I would, without doubt, recommend Yolanda and Beyond Expectations Consulting to any other agency in Charlotte, whether your agency is youth serving, whether your agency is non-youth serving. She has something for both ends of the spectrum.
I highly respect her for her knowledge, being an accomplished author, and in dealing with her, very easy to deal with, and she keeps it very professional.
I think a lot of times when you hire consultants, if you're not on them and checking behind them all the time, sometimes you don't get exactly what you were looking for or what you thought you were going to get. But not one time can I say that she didn't deliver exactly and above what we had talked about and what I expected. I would recommend her to anyone who is looking to have an excellent experience and who wants to be involved with the best.
I love you, Miss Yolanda.
I am the Yolanda Renee Bynum.